Greetings. My name is Reverend Jim Webb, author of the book The Soul of Prosperity, as well as Prosperity from A to Z, 30 P's for Prosperity, and Creating Your Self-Manifesting Vision Board. I also serve as a counselor, teacher, healer, intuitive guide, and channel. I channel a group of beings called the Masters of Planetary Healing and Transformation. Their task is to support us in our healing and our transformation into our own mastery so that we can help heal the world. Channeling is not a mystery. I've been on a spiritual path in one way or another for about 50 years now, starting when I was a teenager and started exploring mysticism, Eastern religions, and actually New Thought before it was New Thought. I then began integrating a lot of that and studying in spiritual centers, eventually offering counseling. And as my consciousness evolved, it got to the point where I was able to work with, contact, and surrender my consciousness to higher level energies. Now, these higher level energies come through me, and I feel a wave of euphoria. They also move through in a way because they are electromagnetic. It is electromagnetic energy. It is the energy of love. It is the energy of light. And it is of uh, a different vibration than a solid human body. So, a couple of things that you may see when I go into channel is you may see me feeling or looking deeply peaceful. You may see my third eye. I call it jumping or winking because the energy flows in. And anytime a high energy moves through a solid body, there's resistance. That resistance shows up often in my third eye. So, what we're going to do today, as I started several weeks ago, when the world seemed to be in so much turmoil, is to get Spirit's perspective on it. Everybody has been quite concerned, confused, upset about what has been happening in our world, and specifically in our country regarding the political situation. There have been so many pundits and so many discussions. People want to know what Spirit has to say about this. And so I oblige by doing this. So, what may happen is that you may, first of all, become aware of an energy that may seem to embrace you as it embraces me. You may receive a healing. You may sense that you feel different. Just go with it. And then the guides and teachers will start speaking through me. And at the appropriate time, you will be prompted to ask questions. You can put them in the comments segment. And my producer, who's here right now, Michael Mangus, will help us manage that process. Hi, Michael. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you are so welcome. So honored to be here and to get Spirit's perspective on things. And again, I ask everyone, if you've already listed a question on Jim's Facebook page, we will go ahead and we will do those. I see Reverend Jane Batts with us. We're going to get to your questions here. Also, again, if you have a question, please just go ahead and to put it into the chat. And again, we will answer them as time permits. And Reverend Webb, we are going for 1 hour. Is that correct?
1 hour, yes.
Okay, real good. So again, welcome to everyone, and welcome to everyone also viewing in here on the New Thought Media Network. And I think that you're going to have a very interesting experience here of Spirit reassuring us here for the next hours. So, all right, Reverend
All
Jim,
right.
I will let you go into trance, and I will be asking you questions here.
All right, great. And for those of us who are joining us, feel free to share this liberally with others that you know. Feel free to become a member of our YouTube pages and subscribe. Thank you. Greetings. It is our honor and pleasure to work with you in this way at this time. First of all, take a moment to breathe and receive the light we would offer to you now. As the channel explained, our purpose in working with you is to support your evolution into the highest level of mastery possible for you in your current experience. And this is very important to the earth because you, as masters, help to anchor onto the earth a new energy and usher onto the earth a new vibratory rate that enables more peace, joy, and harmony for the earth, opening a new level of heaven upon the earth. You have often thought that heaven was a place in what you call your physical body's afterlife. But heaven, in truth, is an internal state of deep oneness, harmony, and peace with your true self as the light of God. And this internal state then is anchored onto the earth by you, and the earth then is able to sustain this vibration as well. And many other humans are then able to attain this vibration. And it all begins with you. The lesson of this mastery is taught not only through the spiritual realm, it is taught to masses of humans through the political process. The channel is fond of citing the election in 2000, where a fraction of a percentage of beings determined the course of the world. That was just a hint and a whisper of to humanity that each human is a master of their own life, destiny, and creation. This message has gotten louder and clearer for many. And as you in America, your country, as you have seen certain rights seem to disappear overnight at the whim of a few, you then realize and you are compelled to assume a higher level of your own mastery, for you then realize once again how important not only is your vote, but your energy, your mastery, your advocacy, and your vibration in choosing the earth that you desire. But you are not alone. For many on the earth have already made that choice, as you have all, individually and collectively, opened to receive and channel and anchor light onto the earth. You have grounded the earth in a new energy, a new vibration, a vibration more able to sustain this heaven, a vibration more able to open to healing. And all of the chaos you see is that which is revealed by the light going deeper as it relates to deepening the light on the earth, deepening the light within you. And as the light goes deeper, the energies of darkness become more clear and more apparent. And so, what may seem to be chaos to you is actually the last stages of a healing, for it brings out the false idea of division among humanity, and it brings out the feelings of darkness that humans may have felt because they felt divided from each other, and in truth, because they felt divided from and separated from God. They were mistaken. And these feelings of disenchantment, these feelings of sadness, these feelings of being abandoned, these feelings of being unloved, all of this energy comes out in what you would judge to be the ugliness of your political process. But it comes out because it has been excavated. And as it has been excavated, there is enough light on the earth to heal and transform it all. So, what may seem to you to be ugly is in truth healing. You will see more ugliness, especially you will see aspects of misogyny, and you will see what you call aspects of racism, and you will see seeming divisions being clearer. But what you are truly seeing is you are seeing a deeper contrast between the consciousness of separation and the consciousness of oneness, unity, wholeness. The consciousness of separation, the ego consciousness, has an investment in maintaining chaos, division, war, destructiveness, for the ego is self destructive and destructive of all in its path, for it fears its own annihilation and it believes that it must destroy others in order for it to survive. The consciousness of union knows that this is a mistake, strives to bring all together in healing and oneness and light in love. And the consciousness of light has already prevailed. The consciousness of light has already prevailed, despite anything that you might see. So we do not offer predictions on candidates because, as you see, candidates may change. We offer our perspective on the energetic direction of the situations that you view, and we offer a spiritual perspective on this from our vantage point. So, what you have seen recently has been a shift, to put it mildly. This has been happening over the last 5 days energetically. The channel felt this midweek, but just assumed that the shift in energy was because the channel was at the beach. The shift has been a shift to a set of candidates that offer more contrast and less uncertainty to those who are quite likely to choose the consciousness of union and oneness and peace and harmony and light and love, and choose a candidate most clearly reflecting that. This shift removes from some minds doubt and makes clear or clearer the contrasts between candidates and the contrasts between the country each candidate wishes to evolve. One candidate wishes to evolve your country into a place of more union, harmony, peace, light, and accommodation for all. And another candidate wishes to move your country in a direction that furthers division, in a direction that furthers what you might call inequities, where a few benefit at the expense of many. And humans quite often will choose peace and ease when the paths are this starkly clear. And so, despite what we referred to earlier in this session as the ugliness that you might see, despite we find in the channel's mind the image of a roller coaster, for the soap opera of this journey is not yet complete. But despite the roller coaster energy here, for there will be other revelations, despite the roller coaster energy here, it is quite likely in this moment that the energies of light, the energies of union, the energies of unity, the energies of accommodations for all humans and all Americans, it is quite likely that that is the path to be chosen at this time. And that is what we would say. We would actually add one other thing. Your task is not to fight. Your task is to open to envision, be in the energy of the world you would like to see. You, and this may seem and sound radical to you, But as you open yourself to light, and as you send light to the political process, the first thing that you may choose to do is open to the light that would heal your broken heart. Open to the light that would heal any aspect of you that may feel disenfranchised, unseen, unheard, victimized, small, or otherwise targeted. Open this part of you to the light that would cause it to remember that you are the holy light of God made manifest. Place yourself into the path of the light of God that would lift you to this vibratory level, that you might have an experience of yourself as the light of God made manifest. And as you do so, you place yourself in the highest vibration possible for opening to receiving and anchoring upon the earth the highest vibration of the consciousness of unity possible. Then you send that energy to the earth as you become satiated with this energy, as you have the deepest experience of this energy of light possible for you. You share the excess with the earth. And this is the part that may seem radical, but share this energy with, and you do not have to choose a specific person, but with someone who may be or seem different than you, who may be or seem opposed to the things you choose to create. And as you do so, you facilitate the healing of the earth. This is not an attempt to influence another person's vote. This is an attempt to bring and anchor even more energy of union on the earth, unity and harmony on the earth that can only help the earth to choose union and harmony. And this is the idea we would offer you today that would help you to find calm, peace, and reassurance, and that would help you to anchor the energies on the earth, most likely to cause the collective energy of the earth to choose this state of being and to choose the light that is already available and has already prevailed. And this is what we would say to you. And we would now open this session to any questions you might have at this time.
Good evening, Masters.
Good evening.
So we have many questions from many people. The first question we have is because of President Biden dropping out of the race, there is a lot of fear around. And we have a question from Jill. She says, will white America support and vote for Kamala? And I think the deeper question is, will America support and vote for Kamala? Your comments.
We would work with this. There is an aspect of your country's consciousness that is weary. This aspect of your country's collective consciousness is weary of division, anger, hatred, and pain. And imagine that when two forces clash, there is pain for both clashing forces. Do you understand this? Yes. So there is an aspect of your country's collective consciousness that is quite weary. And this aspect of your country's collective consciousness is at this time quite likely to resign itself to a path of peace, meaning that there will be, as we see it in this moment, a tendency for what you might call independence. Women, politically unaffiliated beings, previously disenfranchised beings, and, as we see it, Republicans voting for a Democratic candidate. Now, there are many who are quite aware of the misogyny and racism that is baked into the psyche of your country. And the collective energy of America has had some degree of evolution. Your country has voted for a minority candidate before, and so this is not as new. Your country had the choice of a female candidate before, so this is not as new. So there are some who will resign themselves to voting for peace and for harmony and for effective government despite prior conditioning, because your country's consciousness has evolved, even though what comes up and what will come up quite clearly will be the last vestiges of a degree of misogyny and racism. So, despite that, there will be many that you might not expect to cast a ballot for a candidate with certain demographic characteristics. There, as we see it now, there will be many who resign themselves to doing so in the interest of peace. And this is what we would say to you here. We, one of the things that the collective energy of your country sees is the possibility of a volatile personality doing damage in certain world or international situations with repercussions for your country. And there are those who would like to avoid this, for this will be a part of the dialogue that will come up in your country on or around mid September. There is the possibility, as we see it now, that this aspect of discussion will be prominent in your country in likely mid September due to some energetic shifts in certain volatile areas of your world. And your country will then realize that they have to factor more clearly stability and the need for peace versus a volatile or capricious candidate who might mismanage global affairs. And this will hasten the seemingly reluctant voter, those who would resign themselves to voting for a candidate that they would not normally support. And this is what we would say here. That meaning specifically certain independents, certain Republicans, and certain Republican women.
Thank you, Masters. We also have another question from Jane Batt, and she says, will the Democrats unite to win?
we would work with this. The word we find in the channel's vocabulary is coalesce. There is at this moment a rapid coalition of beings in that party coming together for a common goal. The the being who feels wounded, betrayed, and somewhat ousted knows that being during recent confinement had what you as humans would call an epiphany, what we call a deeper experience of the being's highest self. And as a result of this, what you would call epiphany, what we would call a deeper experience of the being as its highest self. And through through sleep and through dreams and through what you might call unconscious out of body experiences, this being saw through our perspective and was able to then release, let go, and make the decision to let go. For we, for the light was able to reassure the being that the being's task was complete for now. And this epiphany, this aspect of the being in its highest self, helped to enable the being's human self to make the decision to withdraw. Now, the being's human self and the part of the being that is human and an ego is bruised. But there is a great deal of energy of thanksgiving and appreciation that helps to bruise the bruised ego. And the highest perspective offered this being reassurance. And so there is the energy of unified support coalesces for the change in candidate, sharpens the focus, and focuses all on creating a vision of what is desired in terms of peace, harmony, and administrative competency of the and reflecting the highest ideals of your country, which we would add has been created as a stepping stone to heaven. And we would explain this. You have often believed that heaven was a place not on earth, and you have often believed that earth was hell. For your challenges on earth have been quite profound because you have come to the earth at a time of rapid transformation and you have brought eons of your souls misunderstandings that they might be healed. And so this has seemed like a difficult task for you, this navigating the earth. But the earth has evolved, and you have evolved, and light has evolved, and healing has evolved, and you have healed a great deal of that which you have come to heal. And your country was designed as a new world where all beings could come with the ideal of fulfilling their soul's potential regardless of their body, their caste, their race, their gender. These were and are ideals, but your country represents a quantum leap in terms of leading your Earth to a higher dimension. And as your country continues to choose higher and higher vibratory dimensions, there are more aspects of heaven on Earth than hell as you all evolve. And so your country is was not only the template for a new level of being, then it is a template for a new level of being now, a beacon for the world, as it always has been. And this is what we would say to you about this. Is there perhaps another question?
Yes, Masters. Thank you so very much. I will combine two questions, one from Godfrey and also from Reverend Jean Bat. And both ask, is there likely to be peace in the Gaza Strip soon? And the second part of that question is, will that bring young people back into the Democratic Party and also a decision to vote? Thank you.
We would work with this and we would explain this more deeply. One of the discussions that the current president unconsciously has had with the forces of light has been, how can I best move the planet back into peace and stasis? And the essence of that discussion was, one of the things that you can do is concentrate your energy on this situation and healing to the best of your ability the volatility in this situation. And so a part of the being's decision is based on the being's choice from the highest self and from the human self to focus the energy that would otherwise have been used to campaign to focus on this issue. Now, there is a great deal of free will and a great deal of healing needed here. But the being's focus on this heightens the likelihoods, especially in what you might call mid September, when the situation may seem more volatile before it is brought to healing. This requires the being's focus, and the being's focus on this will help humanity and ultimately help your country to breathe easier about certain volatile global situations. So, we alluded to this before. These are all probabilities and energies that are percolating on your earth, but we see that there is a possibility that in mid September, there would be this issue. The volatility in the Middle East would percolate to a degree that it must then move to healing, to resolution. However, as you know, in order for things to heal, they must come up. So we see that it is likely that this will move to resolution. We see that the path to this resolution may expose even more pain that must be healed. So as you also focus on your current situation, you can continue to send light to this situation as well for the healing of the earth. And this is what we would say. There are some who would choose death over peace. And this is an aspect of the ego being shown to the world so that the world understands the ultimate destructive nature of ego and chooses its highest self instead. So the aspects of the ego that would rather choose death instead of peace, some of this will come up, and it may seem in human terms ugly, but it is a catalyst for the ultimate healing and resolution of this situation. Is there perhaps another question?
Yes, thank you, Masters. And just to remind our audience who are watching this evening globally, is that if you have a question for the Masters, please put it in the comments. We only have around 20 minutes left. So if you do have a serious question, please put it in the comments. My question for the Masters this evening, my personal question is, what I'm hearing you say is that those who are awakened to their own spirituality, can be used for channels of light in this situation on what's going on. So, can you, Masters, can you give us some specific techniques on how to bring this light, more light onto the planet? Thank you.
Yes. Sitting in silence, peace, and tranquility, shifting your focus from your human self, your human body, and your human perspective, opening to a higher energy, a higher vibration in meditation, and opening to your true self. I am a vessel and channel for the light and love of God. I am a vessel and a channel for the light and love of God. I am a vessel and a channel for the light and love of God. What you do is you are then operating on an absolutely different energetic frequency where your human walk on the earth, your human challenges, your human travails, and your human point of view become irrelevant because you have shifted into your highest self. And you can do so quite easily by working with a mantra such as this. And you may even choose, if you choose, to work with this now. I am a channel and vessel for the light of God. I am a channel and vessel for the light of God. I am a channel and vessel for the love and light of God. I am a channel and vessel for the love and light of God. And as you do so, imagine that you are wearing what humans would call a backpack. And imagine that this backpack is filled with an inflatable bubble. And as you pull a string, this inflatable bubble encases you in more light as you work with the idea. I am the holy, beloved vessel and channel for the light of God. So you have activated your expanded energy field to accommodate more of the healing light, healing love, healing grace of God as you have, like a parachute, pulled a string and caused your backpack to release a bubble of light energy around you. I am the holy, beloved channel and vessel for the light of God. I am the holy, beloved channel and vessel for the light of God. I am the beloved, holy channel and vessel for the light of God. And now imagine that the earth also has a backpack. You might envision the continent of Australia as if it is a backpack, and pull a string and see the earth encased in a bubble of light. And continue with your mantra. I am a channel and vessel for the love and light of God. And each time you work with this, you see and sense your personal light field expanding. You see and sense the light fields of others expanding, and you see and sense the light field of the earth expanding with more light, more dense light, more powerful light, more efficient light, more effective light. I am a channel and vessel for the love and light of God. And as you breathe this in, what is an image, energy, song, or idea that is indicative of world peace and harmony? For example, the channel in its mind has a Coca-Cola commercial. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. And this energy, this energetic vibration is indicative of the energy of harmony that you create. You may have a differing image, idea, vision, feeling. Bring it forth. I am a holy and beloved channel and vessel for the love and light of God. And whatever image, energy, idea, or feeling you are feeling and capturing now, that may be a central point of focus on a vision board that you do. And as you do this vision board, even if you simply sketch it out on a piece of paper, and you focus your energy on this, we teach through the channel how when you focus energy on the vision board and the vision, you become one with the vision becomes one with you expand into the vision expands in you, and this energy of this vision then is added to the energy of the earth, that the earth would assume this vision. I am a holy, beloved channel and vessel for the light and love of God. God does not see the way you judge yourself. God does not see your past. God does not see your distorted vision and what that has created on the earth. God only sees its creation of love in you and channels its love through you. So you are not unworthy of being the vessel and channel of God's light, for you are the expression and the extension of God. If God is the sun, you are the beam of light radiating from the sun, and you are not separate from God. You are the holy, beloved channel and vessel for the light and love of God. Breathe in even more of this experience, and if you choose, you can project your image of peace and harmony onto your planet first. And then ask yourself, what would your country look like, feel like, seem like if racial, sexual, generational, geographic separations, if political and economic separations were no more, and your country was filled with healed hearts who all would serve the greatest good in your political system? Your ego says this to be impossible. Your God mind can create this if you allow the light, the healing, the perspective, and the God mind that you have called forth to offer you this vision and to anchor it through you. What does my healed country look like, seem like, feel like? Where the false divisions of particles of light have all dissolved. For each being is a particle of light, and there is no division between you and other beings, nor is there a division between you and God. For you are all the beams of light radiating from the source, and you have never been separate from the source, nor has the source been separate from you. So, what would this vision look like, feel like, smell like, taste like, seem like? Allow yourself to hold this. 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 And now share it with an energy that you, through your human mind, may believe to be separate from you. Perhaps of a different political party or political persuasion, perhaps of a different race or gender, perhaps in a different geographic region, perhaps of a different economic situation. Share this. Thank you, God, for using me as a vessel for your healing. Thank you, God, for using me as a channel for your healing. You may work with this thought form. Thank you, God, for using me as a channel for your healing. Thank you, God, for using me as a vessel for your healing. Thank you, God, for using me as a channel for your healing. Thank you, God, for using me as a vessel for your healing. And this is an exercise that you may replicate, and you may actually share it with others who, whether they know it or not, have as part of their task portfolio the divine task of supporting the earth in its healing and transformation. And this is how we would answer that question.
Thank you, Masters. We have time for just one more question. Felicia writes in this evening. She says she's asking you, will we need to be concerned about further assassination attempts on our political figures?
We would work with this. The purpose of the prior exercise, and we would actually offer you a a specific energetic frequency that you can use as a point of focus if you were to replicate this exercise. Imagine someone so hurt, so disgruntled, and so hurting that they would choose to use guns or bombs because their political will has not been fulfilled. Now, your human ego self might judge this being, but this is your brother. And imagine sending the light and love and the healing grace of God to this being, just as you have just done. You might choose a being in a basement in Massillon, Ohio. And a being in Muncie, Indiana. And a being in Frankfort, Kentucky. This is how you can support an energy that would diffuse certain aspects of political violence. And wherever you feel guided to send this energy, do so. And although there is always free will and probabilities are simply probabilities, such as weather forecasts that might change, this work would help to mitigate those concerns. And this is what we would say regarding this.
Thank you, Masters, for all of your wisdom this evening. We are about out of Earth time here. Is there some parting words you would like to leave with us this evening?
Yes. Be steadfast in your vision of the world you choose to inhabit. Be not distracted or disturbed by the noise of hate around you. This hate comes up for healing, and you are a vessel for this healing. In order that it might be healed, it must first be revealed. So judge this not, knowing that this is a part of a divine plan for healing that the earth has already chosen and that the light has already prevailed. Take a moment to receive a final blessing and share it with your earth. Be blessed and in God forever. My screen is frozen, but I'm back.
Well, good. Well, thank you. And just if my screen isn't frozen,
Oh,
uh,
good.
if you would like to get in contact with Reverend Jim Webb for any reason, please contact him at Reverend Jim Webb at msn.com, Reverend Jim Webb at msn.com. Also, if you would like more information about the wonderful things that Reverend Jim offers, visit him at reverendjimwebb.com, reverendjimwebb.com. What a wonderful, reassuring message this evening, Jim. That was just absolutely wonderful. And any final words here from now that we have the channel back?
Well, everybody, just let us know that you're here. Just put something in the comments. Let us know that you came by today. We have a check out the prior episodes of this. Just go to my YouTube page and hit uh, the live set of live recordings, and you can see precursors to this because everything is in the context of what has been said before. So check that out as well. Check out some of the other things we've done, some sermons, our show, The Miracle of Prosperity, and everything else. And that's what I'd have to say.
Let's say hello to a few people before we go here. Hello, Felicia. Be blessed and in God forever. Thank you so very much for that. Jean Bett, thank you, Reverend Webb and Reverend Mangus, with lots of butterflies and good stuff. Tree Hug Girl says, thank you so much for the wonderful, hopeful message this evening. Hello, Barry, as he says, thank you, Masters, for that. Hi, Lorraine. Thank you for doing this so much. Reverend Webb, God bless you. Carlisa says, thank you so much. Well, hi, Deborah. She says, hi, Jim. Good evening to Brandy. Hello, and thank you and blessings. And Paul Clare sends his thank you and vision. So thank you so very much for everyone here. Godfrey also says thank you also. So again, thank you all for being with us this evening. And we will see every one of you, hopefully, next week. Again, please share this message of peace and love to your page if you feel so led to do that. Get the word out about what we're doing here on Monday evenings at 5 Eastern here on all of these YouTube and also Facebook pages. So on behalf of all of us here and Reverend Jim Webb, I am Reverend Michael Mangus. I think that's my name. Wishing all of you a very wonderful and peaceful evening. And again, thank you for joining us.